Warning, there are people pretending to be me in the comments. This is what a comment from me looks like. Notice that the name is spelled perfectly, and notice the border around the name. That's how you know it's from me. You can also click on my name to make sure you actually go to my channel to double check. And this is what a comment from an imposter will look like. It has weird characters in the name or comment, and it's usually going to ask you to add them on WhatsApp or Telegram. I don't have WhatsApp or Telegram, and I would never ask you to add me on there. All right, so please be careful, use your common sense, and now let's get back to the video. Hey, how's it going, GPU heads? Thanks for clicking on my video. Seb Heslo here. And guys, today I want to prepare you for mining after Ethereum 2.0. So if you don't know what that means, basically Ethereum mining is going to come to an end at some point. We're not going to be able to mine Ethereum anymore because Ethereum is moving away from proof of work, being able to be mined on GPUs, to proof of stake, which means no GPUs are needed anymore basically. And the current timeline that they've given us is that Ethereum mining will go away somewhere around summer this year. However, they have delayed it before, so they might delay it again, but that is the current timeline that we have. So Ethereum mining going away somewhere around summer this year. And so what we are gonna do then, of course, is move on to mine different coins instead. And so I actually have 2 videos on this topic already. The first one covering sort of mining strategies for like what to mine after Ethereum 2.0, and the second one is focused on doing the math for what will mining profitability actually be like after Ethereum 2.0. So I'll link both of those videos up in a card over there, as well as in the description of the video. But the topic for today's video is how to be prepared for mining after Ethereum 2.0 to make sure that your mining operation will be as profitable and successful as possible after, Ethereum is no longer mineable. So we actually have 8 things to cover today. So let's just jump right into the very first one, which is, if you can, make sure that you have ROI'd all of your mining gear and graphics cards. And so what that means is make sure that all of the gear has already paid for itself through mining. So let's say you have spent $1,000 on, mining parts and graphics cards. Make sure that that mining rig has made at least $1,000 by the time Ethereum 2.0 rolls around. Because the best place you can be in, going into the a little bit more uncertain territory of mining after Ethereum 2.0 is that you at least don't have any sort of hardware overhead, meaning that basically everything you mine from there on is going to be profit. You don't have to recoup the costs of your mining gear, but everything you mine, as I said, will just be profit from there on. All right, so the second point is to get a good hardware wallet. Now, a hardware wallet is a little device on which you store your cryptocurrencies. And it is the most safe and secure way of storing your crypto. And the reason why you want to do that is because as mining profitability might go down, once ETH 2.0 rolls around, you might not want to sell all of your crypto immediately. You might want to instead hold it and wait for it to potentially increase in value. And the safest way of doing that is by having a good hardware wallet. Now, I'm going to link the one that I recommend in the description of this video. And now, of course, full disclosure, that will be an affiliate link, which means that if you do make a purchase through that link, the channel gets a small commission at no extra cost to you. But I will say that that is the hardware wallet that I use personally, and that is the one that I would recommend even if I didn't have an affiliate link for it, basically. So it's kind of a win-win situation there anyway. But yeah, I think it's just in general good practice to make sure that your coins are safe. And so that is why I feel like I should recommend a hardware wallet to you guys. All right, so with that established, let's move on to point number 3, which is that if you are still buying graphics cards for your mining rigs, try to target as efficient graphics cards as possible rather than, as high hash rate graphics cards as possible, or even as cheap dollar to hash rate ratio. Like, try to focus on hash rate per watt. And the reason why I would suggest that is because as mining profits might go down, the more hash rate you can get out of each watt, you know, because we pay for the electricity still. So if you like, if the profit margins are really thin, that means if you're paying a lot for electricity because your cards are pulling a lot of electricity to get that hash rate, all your profits might just be lost to what you're paying in electricity. So therefore it's better to get, you know, this much hash rate by paying this much for power, rather than getting this much hash rate by paying this much for power, because then it cancels out, right? So that is why I say efficient cards, you know, cards that get more hash rate per watt, rather than that just get more hash rate per, you know, price of buying the GPU basically. And while we're talking about GPUs and efficiency, that moves us on to point number 4, which is do a lot of experimenting in terms of overclocking on your GPUs that you have. And by experimenting, I mean testing and tweaking. And I actually have a video, like a full video guide on how to do that. So I'll link that up in the card there. But basically what you want to do is you want to find maybe not the highest hash rate through overclocking, but find the settings that will give you the best efficiency. Because in many cases, those will be different. Your card might not be the most efficient at the highest performance it can give you. It might be the case that you lower its performance a little bit, but power limit it, and you will get much better efficiency on the graphics card. And so you can follow my guide, you know, for how to do that. But that is just a suggestion that I have, you know, finding the best settings for the best efficiency on the graphics cards that you do have. And, you know, continuing on the point of lowering the power of your GPUs, see if there are ways that you can lower the power of the rest of your rig as well. Because there might actually be quite a few ways you can lower the power consumption of your mining rig, you know, other than just your GPUs. And now I have a video on that as well, believe it or not, so I'll link that up there too. But there are actually plenty of steps that you can take that might be able to reduce, you know, the amount of power that your rig pulls. And of course, that is what we want, because then we're paying less for electricity, which is a great thing, you know, come ETH 2.0. Oh, and the next tip here is a really big one, and that is if you have some GPUs that aren't very efficient at mining, this might be the time to sell them off. Because GPU prices, you know, due to the chip shortage that is going on right now, are still really inflated. And you can probably still get really good prices for inefficient GPUs that you might have mining right now. And those cards, you know, might be profitable to mine on right now, but looking forward, you know, past ETH 2.0, they might just not cut it in terms of efficiency. And so now would be the time to sell those cards off, because you'll be able to get a lot more for them now than you would, you know, after ETH 2.0. Now, of course, this is not financial advice and you need to do your own research and make your own decisions, right? But this is just my strategy basically, because I want to go into, you know, post Ethereum mining territory with as efficient mining operation as possible basically. And so that is why I'll be getting rid of all of my inefficient GPUs. All right, so that moves us over to point number 7, which is try to shop around for a better electricity rate if that is possible where you are living. Because if you can lower your power cost, you know, the price per kilowatt hour, by just 5 to 10%, that might be what puts you, you know, below the threshold for being able to mine profitably. Because if, you know, profit margins are, you know, super thin, then just getting that 5 to 10% decrease in power cost might just be enough to make sure that your mining operation is still profitable, you know, as profitability might go down post ETH 2.0. So shop around for a better electricity rate if you can. And also, like, from my personal advice, I would say see if you can get a fixed rate. And the reason for that is because with a fixed rate, at least you know where you're standing. You know how much your power costs at all times, and you know how much your mining profitability will be, basically. But if your power cost, goes up and down as the market moves, there might be some days mining is profitable for you, some days it's not, and it just becomes a headache of keeping track of. So that is why I say try to do everything you can to lower your electric rate, get quotes from all the different providers if you can, and try to get the lowest possible fixed rate that you can get. And that moves us over to the 8th and final tip that I have for you today. And that is, take the time now to learn how to mine different coins and set everything up, get wallets for those coins, find the best overclock settings for your GPUs for those coins, prepare batch files or flight sheets if you're in Hive OS, to just be ready to execute once you need to mine those different coins after Ethereum mining goes away. And the reason for that is you want as little downtime as possible, and you want to be just ready to go. And the thing is, we don't know now what coins will be the most profitable, and my prediction is that it might not be like a one coin that is going to be the most profitable. It might change around a bit day by day. I think we'll have very many coins that are very similar in profitability, and it might be the case that like certain coins are more profitable on some GPUs, like maybe the RTX 30 series with LHR are really good at some coins, like perhaps Flux or Ravencoin, but then we'll see maybe AMD 6000 series be really good and profitable on a coin like Ergo perhaps. So it might be more profitable to mine Ergo on AMD cards, but more profitable to mine Flux on Nvidia cards. Now this is just speculation on what cards will be good on which coins, but the point is you want to take the time now to prepare different flight sheets, batch files, overclock settings for as many different coins that you think will be profitable post Ethereum mining, so that you can just be up and running mining any of those coins as quickly as possible, as well as switch which coin you are mining at a moment's notice if need be. If one coin totally tanks in profitability, you want to be ready to just hop on that next coin as quickly as possible. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm kind of a little bit looking forward to that, because I like mining and I think it's fun, and I think learning about different coins to mine and setting it up and finding the best settings and stuff like that, like that's fun to me. Like I'm into mining, like that's my hobby. So for me, that's kind of exciting, But that is basically it for this video. Now, if you found this video helpful, then please give it one of these. I'd really appreciate it. And what you gotta do now is you gotta click on that next video on the screen, because this video is over. You can also click the picture of my face to subscribe to the channel. I'd really appreciate that. But yeah, go click on that next video and I'll see you there. Goodbye. Goodbye, bye bye.